was fun. You should do it. This is really, yeah. Oh, that was fun. I like changed some of the fonts and all. I didn't know that it was going to be used. I was just sending the steps. Yeah. It's fine. It's stickers? No, stickers. I didn't. Yeah, you did it great.
You can hear them. Have you, when I send out the art tangles, have you looked at them to see what it looks like on the?
Hello? Whoa. Let me see if it works and I can hear. Hey. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hello. Hello. I see.
Yeah. Is your computer still on?
My computer is still on. I think I could have
Feedback
used
of
it.
it.
a lot. If they tell me that we don't have the approval from them.
Like literally, my proctor was the Upriver Burger King General Manager. I came over here to get it in Proctor, and I was reading through the test, and it was like, may not be a relative, may not be a close friend, may not be somebody who financially benefits, may not be a real estate agent. So, oh, I didn't remember that last one. Oh, shoot. So I'm like, okay, I can't have a proctor here.
So you pass the
No, no, very good.
everybody. It was really weird to hold a microphone. It's not my style.
Class was a 2-day class, and then I said, I think I got it enough. I scheduled the exam for the very next day, and teaching a lot longer.
All right. Well, welcome to Client Events in Real Estate.
Did you print those off for me?
Yeah, over here.
Perfect.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I typically start my trainings with introductions. So I think we're going to start. Come on in, guys. Come on in, please. Come join us. We're going to have lots of fun today. So I typically start my trainings with introductions around the room because I think it's important as we're getting together and working together that we know who we're working with and who we're talking to. So name how long you've been in real estate and one thing you're
Looking to get out of today. Why did you come today? Who wants to start?
Jeff, you can start. Let's work around. Yeah.
Yeah, going on the microphone.
My name is Jessica Masho. I have been a licensed realtor for 9 years. Today I'm just kind of looking to get fresh ideas.
I love fresh ideas. I think we'll be able to get some of those.
All right.
Hello.
I brought a little treat for everyone.
Love it.
I've never had these before, so if they're not good, I'm sorry.
Oh, they're best.
Pumpkin spice caramel, and they're the original, so how could they go wrong, right?
I'm Kelly from Profile Transaction Management. I've been in real estate for 20 years, and I am here to help with how we do event coordination for our agents and just our tips and tricks.
I love it. Go ahead.
I'm Whitney with Profile Transaction Management, and I am here for the same reason as Kelly. I help her head up the Profile Plus section of Profile, and that is the event coordination.
All right.
You didn't know I'm Carmen Malden. I'm the TL here. I have been in real estate for 3 years. I've been a TL here at the Elk River Market Center for 7 months now. Wow, the time goes fast. And I'm excited just to hear what you guys have to share as well as what we've got set up.
My name is Anthony Walsh. I'm still in the real estate course, which is Williams.
Just passed my test.
Today, what I'm hoping to get out of here is learning about how I can hit the ground running.
Okay.
I love hearing that.
Ryan Garrett, I've been licensed for, I guess, 6+ years. So we put on a lot of events and participate in a lot of events. I guess what I'm looking to get out of this is how do we systematize that so we're not recreating the wheel
Every single time.
And not running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
That's right.
Love that.
Jordan Volkers. I've been an agent for 3 years. I guess what I'm going to try to get out of this is just how to create a client event that will bring people and show up. I've been wanting to do it for a few years, and I think doing it next year will be really good for me.
I think you can do it next year.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that waiting to do events. Because I think we do that as agents.
One more to introduce in the room.
Thank you.
Name how long you've been in real estate and what you want to get out of today.
I'm Ellie Ortman. I've been in real estate for starting 28 years now.
28 years. Wow.
Yeah. And I am here just to learn more about it.
I love it. I love it.
Anybody on Zoom want to introduce themselves or share? I think most people have their cameras off, but I just at least want to invite you guys to share if you'd like. Or in the chat. I think Tanya's there with the chat if that's... All right, we will jump in. I'm ready to get going. Let's see if I got this.
Nope, I am not looking today.
All right. Agenda for today. We're going to go over why you should hold an event. What do you get out of it? Types of events. We hear events, we think things like really large, lots of people. There's lots of different types of events. So we're going to go through kind of what that can look like and how you can do it on low or no cost budget, to be honest. And also the big elaborate events you guys can put on as well. Best ways to maximize your return. Marketing examples. So we're going to have different marketing strategies. So we're very thankful to have Profile here as well to share kind of how they do events. Ryan put us together one for Christmas with Keller. Come on in, Sharissa. I'm going to make you share too as soon as I finish the slide. Have a seat. And then where the magic happens. Where is the magic in events? Why should we put them on? And what's the most important thing we make sure we do as we are talking about those events? I'm going to hand it over to Sharissa real quick for her to introduce herself, how long you've been in real estate, and what you're looking to get out of today.
I have been in real estate for about 1.5 years. Just looking for more ideas on what events I can host being a single agent.
I love that. All right, I think we're going to cover that today. Get to the next slide. Right, so why should we hold a client event? Why should we hold a client event? What do we get out of it? We get networking. We get brand building, right? Like we have brand recognition. Oh, I hope everyone's okay. Lead generation. Tell me how we get lead generation out of a client event. Anyone want to touch on that?
So we do have to pass the microphone today or they won't hear us on Zoom.
So lead generation, you get an opportunity to reach out to your database and even beyond that too, depending on what kind of client event you put on, and invite them to the event. And kind of whether they show up or not, I always appreciate when they show up because it's good seeing them. But you get that opportunity to talk with them and to reach out to them to your database. So
yeah. Another thing that's really important with events, guys, when you're lead generating is also to ask for them to bring their friends and family, right? You know, a lot of people, it's fun to go to a party or an event by ourselves. No, but what if you're bringing your best friend with you? You already have the best friend's contact? Why not, right? That allows you to get an organic way to get in contact with their sphere as well. Who in this room likes to ask for referrals? Comfortable, right? Y'all need to do it. So everyone who looked down when I said that, just know that I want you to do it. You're going to ask for referrals from everyone. I love it. Yes. This is a really easy way, and it's already built into what we're doing as we're working with event. Information and education. Who thinks of events as information and education? Being on seminars is a really great way to attract people that maybe you would not have connected with. A buyer, like a buyer seminar, a first-time home buyer seminar is huge. What about a seller seminar? What about a seller workshop? Anyone tried to do anything like that? Right? Seller workshops allow you to get in front of consumers that probably it's the first time they've ever sold a home and teach them how to sell a home. Where can you ever get that kind of exposure? And how hard would it be to put that event on? It's going to cost you any money. Maybe if you run an ad, most likely not. You can book the conference room, right? So thinking about events a little bit differently and understanding what we can do with them, I think is going to be huge. We also get community engagement. What kinds of things, what kind of events have you guys heard or seen that get additional community engagement?
Charity events.
Charity events? What else?
Party in the park.
Party in the park? Trunk or treat is a huge one. Pumpkin events right now, right? If you're giving pumpkins away to the community. It allows you to showcase properties. How could we do that with an event? Has anyone held a broker open? Different type of event, right? It's not exactly the same, but it's still an event. It's still the same idea. And client loyalty. Are you loyal to the people that reach out to you? Yeah. If somebody cares about you, you care about them. I don't care how much you know until I know how much you care. Show me that you care.
Oh, go back.
What is an event? What's the definition of event? Anyone have a definition? I know this is really silly, but I think it's really important. We make events so big. What's your definition of event?
A thing that happens at some point in time for some reason.
A thing that happens at some point in time for a reason. That's not bad, actually. All right, go ahead.
Gathering for one topic or two, like it's a gathering, and it could be virtual, but it's still a gathering.
You can have a virtual event?
Yes.
You are so right. You're so right. You can have a virtual event. Go ahead and hit that next one now, Choa.
That was my definition.
Jen Stratman wrote, I host shopping events right there at the office, a purposeful gathering.
Oh, so great, Jen. Thank you for sharing. Jen does host shopping events here, right here in the lobby of people that come to her boutique, and she'll host it on the weekends. And there's more people coming in. That's a way to feed her database. Great call out, Jen. Thank you. So a client event is a gathering or occasion organized by a business or professional, such as a real estate agent, the primary purpose of engaging and interacting with existing and potential clients. Okay? So pretty much anything could be an event. Right? We argue that this class today is an event. Yeah, it's a party, right? I got popcorn, we got snacks. An event. Types of events. I actually listed off some, but I want to also hear from you guys. Housewarming parties. Who is offering to hold their clients that they have closed a housewarming party? Jordan, tell me about how it went.
They're like, I don't know if I'm going to do one yet.
I don't know if they're going to do one yet. Okay. Did you do it once?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay, so I am going to challenge each and every one of you to think about this and try it, because what easier way to get contact information from your clients' fear than saying, hey, I want to hold a housewarming party for you. We're going to cater everything, take care of everything for you. Let's get it booked on the calendar for 3 months out, 2 months out. Okay. Go ahead and give me the people you want me to invite so I can send out the invitation. Right now I have address, name, phone number, right? I want to be able to text them. I also want to be able to email them. I've gotten all their information without ever having to say, do you know anyone who's wanting to buy some invest in real estate? Can I talk to your friends and family? Never had to say that. Okay. What else happens if I throw a housewarming party?
You get to invite yourself.
I invite myself. I am great face to face. I am one of the best party goers. I can get face to face with any consumer. I can make them work with me. It might not be the best word, but we're going to go with it. I've just now gotten face to face with a person that I've never met before. Now I'm able to show my value, right? I'm also able to show what?
The service that you just provided their friend or family member.
The level of service they can expect from me. How many real estate agents throw housewarming parties for their clients?
Not a ton.
Not a ton. I also want to say, how many people do you think are going to say yes to this? So there is some will, some won't, right? There's actually a real estate agent in Texas that is doing this at a really high level. We have her business plan that she uses, so I'll walk you through that. She says that about 50% of the people say yes and 50% of the people say no. So she's on average holding 50% of them. Because she's consistent with it, even just the ask does what to the consumer that you just helped.
Makes them feel special.
Thank you. Makes them feel really special, right? I don't know that I've ever had anyone say, hey, I want to throw a party for you. And I was like, I don't want a party. I'm so mad. It doesn't happen, right? And now you've set yourself, just the ask has set yourself apart from every other real estate agent that they could have worked with. Because what the industry was doing when it was 2 years ago, everything was going so fast that we weren't giving that level of service, and not all agents have pivoted. So by pivoting to that level of service, you've now set yourself apart very simply.
Carmen, question on that? So you said we have the plan. Person, but do you know if they're asking for that during like the buyer's consultation?
No. So so one of the things that they say is they say it on the front end during the buyer's consultation. When we close, they will do a housewarming party for you. So they've set the expectation on the front end. They're actually asking for it at the closing table. They're setting that appointment. How much time are you, if you go to every closing, you're really just sitting there, right? While they're doing the copies, they're actually setting that appointment at the closing table. I would say they set it at the buyer's, they set the expectation on the front end, and then they set the appointment at the closing table. You want to make sure you get, we'll get into this a little bit more in depth, but you want to make sure you get the people that they want to invite before they leave the closing table. You want that guest list before they leave. Why?
They may never respond to you again.
Hopefully they won't ever respond to you again. I was going to go with that they get busy. Like, we've all moved. What happens when we move? And that's also why we want to set that appointment at the closing table. It may move, so make sure you're penciling it in. Understand that when people are moving, they may not get their house in order as quickly as they want to, right? But if we're setting that expectation on the front end, we're getting that preemptive, that this is the date, this is the time, we can always move it and adjust. Party with purpose. That one I'm really excited to share with you guys. It's a bigger one. This is going to be a bigger networking event. Talk about working with partnerships and also giving back to charity. So we're going to throw a party, we're going to throw a client event, we're going to work with a partner, and we're going to do a donation and give it back to charity. Donation drives. What kind of donation drives can we do that can be events? Coat drives, food drives.
Back to school supplies.
Back to school supplies is a huge one. I'm sorry, that's really loud. Keep it.
We partner it with Party with Purpose to have a matching dollar amount so that people feel more like they want to come just to donate.
Yeah, you can match, you can partner it together, 100%. Has anyone ever used donations at their open houses as their door knocking? Easy way to get the neighbors to show up. We're also doing a food drive. We're donating it to whatever local charity. Office events. What are our office events that we do here at Elk River?
Casino night.
Did a casino night? Okay, that might be before I was here, but I love it. I want to do casino night.
Casino night.
Jordan? Or you're just
Party in the park.
Party in the park, guys. Party in the park. We have
Like cars.
Yeah, that's with Party in the Park. Yeah. We have Christmas at Keller coming up. But we have office events that you guys are really open to leverage for this, and we're going to talk about plans on how to do that. Open houses can be events. Broker opens should be events. If we're going to do a broker open, let's make sure that we are really focused on making that an experience of some kind. Community events. What kind of community events are there? I mean, the list goes on, right? Like, there's so many community events that you can be a part of. When you're looking at community events, where's the best place to find those?
Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce is a great resource. What else? Neighborhood Facebook pages, guys. If there is a neighborhood night out, make sure you go to that and also either lead it if you can or volunteer to help out. If it's a neighborhood you work or a neighborhood you live in, huge. What other resources to find community events do we have?
Next door seems to be a place.
Next door is a really good place depending on your community, right? Some communities are very much about next door, some aren't. Any other resources that you guys can think of off the top of your head for community events?
If you're have kids at school, the school always has events.
It's really good to network with people in schools, right? If you have kids in school, even if you don't, right? If you know you're right down the street from an elementary, go tell them who you are. Talk to them about getting involved. As long as they understand why you're there, you're probably just fine, right? Explain who you are. Holiday celebrations. These are key times. It's really easy to throw an event themed 4th of July or themed pumpkin patch or themed Christmas, right? These are really common events that we can throw. Charity events, sport or themed events, right? There could be a soup I've heard agents throw Super Bowl parties for their clients. You can do that in your home. Very low cost option. Christmas at Keller Williams, that is an office event, so that is some leverage for you guys, as well as Party in the Park. So this is the actual plan for growing your database with housewarming parties. One of the most important things, guys, as you're working through these is that you really want to pick out what strategy is yours, okay? This is not your strategy. Don't try to put it on. If you don't enjoy networking, maybe we need to do this a different way, because there's going to be a lot of people you don't know. If you're more of a one-on-one person, we could probably figure out a way to get you more one-on-one. But if events it feels like something you'd be really interested in, this is something you might want to try. So you want to present the party to your client. Where all should we tell them about the party? We talked about it at the buyer consult. Where else should we talk about it?
Call them, text them, email, Facebook.
I'm talking about with your client to set that stage. You're fine though. You are 100% right. All of the things. With our client, we want to talk about it at the buyer consult. Once we do that accepted offer, I cannot wait to do this, to be able to hold this housewarming party for you in your new home. I would say once you get past appraisal, that's when I would start asking for their list. Hey, don't forget, we're going to do a housewarming party. So let's start getting your list together. How many people do you think you should ask for? How many people do you think you should invite to the housewarming party approximately?
10?
Our numbers? 10 is a good number for.
I mean, I would think 25.
Yeah, I was saying 30.
Yeah.
So
Depends on the client sphere, but yeah. I mean, someone that has a family and they have 4 brothers and sisters, their immediate family is 30 people.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. I would say as far as party, 10 people, I think 10 people is ideal. But on average, if I invite 10 people, 5 of them are going to show up. 50% is usually I would say 25 to 30. Okay. So give them that expectation, right? It might be hard for you to network and connect with 50 people, but maybe if it's a man, you can make that happen. But really make sure you're setting that stage and say, yeah, usually my clients invite somewhere between 25 to 30 people. If you need more, let me know. We're looking for about 10 people, 10 to 15 will probably show up. It's usually about half.
I would say too, as you're going through and showing them houses, you can kind of sprinkle that in there too. Like, hey, the party would be a good spot over here too, just kind of as a reminder.
Yeah. You're kind of future casting, right? You're future casting what you're going to do, and you're setting up that excellent customer experience. Capture information. So we want to get that information as soon as possible. So like I said, I would suggest right after the appraisal is done and you're on your way to closing, getting that information, because then you can say, hey, I'm going to be able to send these invites out right behind, and you don't have to worry about anything. What information do you need? First and last name, obviously. What else?
Phone number.
Phone number? What else? Email and address. Right. Okay. So if this is your first time, we always want to lead with revenue. Okay. So if at the end of the day, this is one of your very first closings, maybe you don't want to mail out the invite, but you still want their address because you are going to mail a thank you, right? There's 2 different places you're going to do mailings typically when you're doing something like this. Okay. You're still going to want their address, but maybe you're trying to keep your costs down. Okay. So maybe we email the invite and we send a text message, because that doesn't cost us anything. We have their first and last name. What is something we can do to also connect with this consumer to let them know about the housewarming?
Facebook.
Add them on socials. Facebook is a great one, right? If for some reason, everyone in this room should answer anyone that calls their phone, but not every consumer does, right? They don't answer calls they don't know. So it is possible that you might get a quicker response via Facebook, depending on how they have their cell phone stuff set up, right? Good. Okay. So we're going to need all of that information from our client. At the closing table, I would suggest you getting that date set. Obviously, you don't want to send out the invitations till you know that date is finalized. I would get closer to the date. Typically, if you're sitting at the closing table, it's 3 months out. So when should we start sending our invites, you think?
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks, yes. 6 to 8 weeks out, month and a half to 2 months gives somebody a lot of time. So you're going to send out if you're sending out via mail, you want 8 weeks, right? So we're going to send out via mail. Is it likely you're going to get an RSVP back via mail? No. You're also going to want to send out email. And then I would text them to remind them. I would text them like a couple days before your RSVP deadline is. Hey, I wanted to make sure you saw that invite that I sent you. Did you get it? Are you going to be able to come? Okay. And that way you know how many people are going to be there. Pick a theme. What are some themes we could do with a housewarming party? Why do we think it's important to pick a theme? It makes it really easy. So one of the themes that's suggested on here is a taco bar, because you can do a whole taco theme, a whole theme around that. You can do margaritas and then virgin margaritas, depending on what they're wanting. There's a whole theme you can do around that. If you pick 2 themes, when you are closing, you can say we can do a taco theme, or we could do a Taco Tuesday theme, or we can do another theme, right? The other benefit to a taco theme, just so everyone knows, is that you can easily do a taco bar, and it also keeps your expenses low. Okay. What's another theme we could do?
You do loaded baked potatoes.
Loaded baked potatoes is a good one. Pizza and pajamas is a good one. Pasta, some kind of like pasta amore could be kind of fun. But if we keep it to a theme, we can reuse our decoration.
Good idea.
I know, I'm a thinker. One of the suggestions she made on here is to bring a photo booth. I think that's great. People love photo booths. I think it's an amazing idea. That's a really easy thing to replicate, and you're only doing the investment on one art party, right? So with something like this, if you decide this is something you want to use, my suggestion would be just 2 themes. And these are 2 options. Which one do you prefer? Here's what comes with this one. Here's what comes with this one. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't make it complicated. And we don't have to spend a lot of money to make this really important. Why? What is the most impactful part about this specific option? What you thought of me? You thought enough about this transaction. It meant enough for you to throw me a party thanking me for my friends and family. Okay. Throw an awesome party. That's one of the 4. Throw an awesome party. What is an awesome party? So one of the things you want to make sure is that you're sending out the personal invites. Even if you're doing it via email, you want to make it as personal as possible. Okay? You want to make sure that we have client-specific photo props set up. So props like their welcome to our new address with their, maybe you don't put their address on it, welcome to our new address or welcome to our home, right? They're not going to be sending these out via everywhere, right? So if you can make it personal, when you're talking about something like the little signs, those are easy to switch out, okay? But it's that personal touch that goes a long way. You want to bring all the food, have everything ready, set up, ready to go. You want to take photos and videos as the housewarming party is going on. So you're going to mingle, you're going to interact. You're going to know who you are, right? You're going to have your branding, but don't spend a lot of time talking about real estate. Spend a lot of time getting to know the people that you're around. Okay? What are some things at a party that would make a party great?
People.
Music, huge. Yes, sure. We definitely need people there. Music, it builds that atmosphere. What else? Games. What kind of games?
Cornhole.
Or cornhole would work.
Fun games.
Fun games, interactive games, games where people can talk. Drawing would be huge. So when you guys close your transaction with your client, with your buyer client in their new home that you're doing a housewarming party with, are there other vendors that are benefiting from this? Yeah, there are. So you could do a raffle. You could ask your lender, say, hey, I'm doing a housewarming party. I'd love to do a small basket for a raffle. Would you be willing to purchase that? Would you be willing to contribute that? Are you willing to contribute? They may say no, but there's that option there, right? Also, invite them. It's a good touch for them as well. Okay. Oh, this is something you're interested in doing. Great. I'd love for you to come to the party too, and feel free to mingle and connect. Okay. Make friends and keep in touch. What does that mean? What do we do? Oh, that one's pretty simple. What does keeping in touch mean, though? Really?
Put them in your D2D.
Yes, put them in your database, give them a call. The most important thing, guys, whenever you're doing an event, truthfully, is to thank the people that came. It's the one thing that we forget all the time because the event gets done and we're like, we're done, yay! Just thank you. How do we thank them? I will argue a written card every time is going to win, but any way is good. Email is good, but I would send a written card, a written thank you. And then I would definitely make sure you're staying in touch. I would definitely put them on your nurtures, give them marketing updates, okay? Allow them to know that you're here for them if they need anything.
Invite them to your other parties.
Potentially invite them to your client parties. Yeah, like use this as a way to build that connection going forward. Love that. All right, party with a purpose. So party with a purpose is really interesting to me. So that's the one that says get 2,000 people at your next event. It's really focusing on finding how to keep it fun, making a plan, and then expanding your guest list. It is a lot of tiny words. Thank you for throwing that out there. I'm going to start with party with a purpose because that actual other one is different. So party with a purpose. Find a strategic partner. Who could be a strategic partner for us with party with a purpose?
A lender.
A lender would be a great partner. I would even say Eric could be a great partner. If anonymously could be a great partner. Lender's going to help you. Lender's going to help you support you in the rest of this. You're going to pick a venue and find the food, whatever food you're going to do. This one, they're actually charging at the door, which I find very interesting. And I actually asked the agent that came up with this, I'm like, how did that work for you? He found that by charging at the door, people wanted to come in, but you got to make it an event. This one has to be big. A fear of missing out. We want to really create that FOMO around the event that we're planning. Okay. We're going to send these out to you guys so you can read them because truthfully, there's a lot of tiny, tiny words. Honestly, I want to get into more of what you're doing right now. These are big events, right? These are events that anyone in this room could do, but we're going to need some partners to do it. Let's talk about some low cost and no cost events. We have our coat drive, food drive, trunk or treat, community events. How do I say this? So low or no cost events, why is that important right now? The market is shifting. We want to focus on how we can get in front of our consumers or other consumers as quick as possible. And this is something that doesn't take a lot of planning. Okay. What is most important when you're doing these kinds of events that we really make sure we do with our clients?
Phone calls to your clients, inviting them.
Phone calls to our clients, inviting them, making sure that we are in touch, in connection, in relationship with our clients 100%. In these events, it really is truly about how the clients feel. Okay? If I feel like you care about me, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be interested. I'm going to be engaged. If I don't, I'm not going to go. Where are some places we could hold these events?
In a park.
A park, yes. Where are some places we can hold these events right now, heading into the winter?
Market center.
Thank you. At the office, at the market center. We hold them at a coffee shop? Yeah. Say this would be another really good time. This would be a really good time to do like a buyer consult or a buyer presentation or seminar for first time home buyers. That would be a great thing to do if you partnered with a lender. ask the lender, hey, like I want to do a first time homebuyer seminar. Are you willing to come with me and speak to what that could look like? I'm going to invite all of my friends and family on Facebook, reach out to my previous clients if they have anyone who hasn't purchased a home that might be interested in that information.
Along with that, Carmen, there are some libraries that you can rent rooms at as well, that are big enough to have a workshop or a seminar at as well.
You have some which libraries that you would suggest?
St. Cloud is one of them. There's off the top of my head, there's probably 4 or 5 of them in the area here but I can't remember what besides St. Cloud.
It's a donate.
Big Lake Library?
I don't know if you can, but it's a pretty, like, it's been years since I've been there, but it's a pretty big one, I feel like.
When you're picking your venue, I would think about also who am I trying to target? Right? The library is a great place to target for first time homebuyers, or like who's hanging out in the library. Those are the people I'm looking for, right?
So I have a suggestion for someone who's like, I've heard this before, and I don't want to like throw fear out there, but like I only know so many people and I'm afraid no one's going to show up.
Oh, yeah.
When you first start and you know you might only have a handful of people to participate, you can actually just go pick it up from them. You could be like, I'm doing a coat drive or a food drive, and you could go to their house and pick it up from them, because that one, then they're going to invite you in, and you do have an opportunity to talk about their house because you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't have to worry about like someone showing up to an empty room.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think at the end of the day, even if it is the first time you've done it and maybe only 2 or 3 people show up, it's okay. It's about building it forward and growing, right? And telling that story. Whoever shows up, like that's a story to tell. Specifically, if it's a drive or a food drive, how many coats did you get? How many? Like, even if you have 6, that's still coats that wouldn't be there. Someone would be cold without them, right? What are some of the keys you guys think to maximizing your return? So number 1, just so everyone is aware, because this is a plug from our accountant friends, make sure you're keeping your receipts, keep them separate. Anything that you buy for an event, don't buy other things on that receipt. Keep it separate, keep it in your business account because it is a business write-off. Anything you use. So if you are doing housewarming parties, keep everything that you purchase on its own receipt and make sure you're giving that to your accountant at the end of the year. Make sure you're tracking all expenses. What other keys to maximizing your return would you have?
Picking low or no cost venues.
Picking low or no cost venues, or taking a partner too. That is also a key to that. What else? Magic is always in the follow-up. I think in real estate, everything is kind of the answer to everything. How did you follow up with the people that you met after the event? How did you say thank you? How did you stay in relationship with them? That's the only way you'll maximize your return on any of the events. Okay? If we're not staying in relationship, the event was great, it was awesome, and they may remember that we threw an event, but they're not going to go dig and find your information. Your information has to stay forefront. What else?
If you're completely overwhelmed by all of this, Profile does handle event coordination and database, where that's exactly what we do. So all you do is make the phone calls and show up.
Say it again.
All you do is make the phone calls and show up. And we handle everything. All of the marketing, all of it.
Yeah, I love
that that's an option, because truthfully, that's really where the key is for a lot of things as we are growing our business. What happened after that initial contact? What happened after the high fives and handshakes, right?
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Marketing plans. Okay, everyone did grab paper when they came in. Okay, because that's going to hand them out. You guys have yours. So let's look at the profile one first. All right, so this timeline starts 8 to 12 weeks before the event.
We need to set the purpose of the
budget for the event. It's okay if your budget is 0. an event. You can do a really cool event with a zero budget. Okay. We want to make sure we have that. We get sponsorships. So you guys all in the room have this. I don't know if you have this online. Can you put it into the chat? Thank you so much, Choa. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys speak to this exactly, but I think the most important thing as I look this over as we talk about it, guys, is that we start early. Like every event should be started marketing 12 to 8 weeks before you actually have the event. On a small event, 6 weeks is possible. But you're definitely behind on the creation and you'll feel like you're rushing. Okay. So, but an event like this is a great plan for Party in the Park. This is a great plan for potentially our Christmas event. It's a little longer than what we have. This is going to be a bigger event. If you're doing a coat drive, you could follow this whole process. I think a 6-week plan might be a better option, or a coat drive or a food drive or some of those smaller events. If this is something that you're doing like a buyer seminar and you want 20 people there, this is a great plan.
Awesome. Well, this really just steps through like everything that we do when we are
hosting an event. And
Whitney is actually who's in charge of doing all of these.
So yeah, the first thing is we're
going to start with the goal, right? Is your goal to get referrals? Is your goal to get reviews? Because you can do this and have everyone do a review right at your party.
Is it to just have exposure in the
community? There's all sorts of goals for having an event. So the first thing is to figure out what your goal is, so then you can make sure that your message throughout the entire event is the same to get to your goal. And then the other thing is like set a budget so that you know when you are pricing things out, that you stay with what you want to be in and make sure that you are getting that return on your event. And then ask for sponsorship. So everyone that touches your business, that can include like a photographer. If you're a photographer that you use for your listings, ask them to come and take pictures. Because a lot of times those photographers, unless they're some of the big companies, they're also doing other photography, maybe outside of real estate, and so they can plug, family photos and those kind of things.
The next thing in here, and then make sure you secure the
commitment of your sponsor. So you, again, if we're doing this event for you, this is part of what we do. So we'll call your sponsors, we find out what we can have them contribute and participate in, and then we get their commitment.
Then we're going to move on to
start to actually market those properties. So we're going to market those events. So
we're going to get the marketing created.
So however we're going to do that: postcards, email, text message. We do
slide dial.
We do all social media. So if you have a website, we're going to put on your blog, on your website,
like everything
that could touch a person. But I would say the most impactful is the phone call and the text message that goes out. Those are where you're really going to capture the attention of your client or your guest,
no matter whether
they show up or not.
Then 4 weeks out, we're making those pieces.
I think I skipped a little piece.
So when you do have sponsors, make sure that you are putting them
into your marketing. So you're using their
logos and you are giving them credit for
being a part of the event. If you're doing like pies or some other giveaway, you can get stickers.
And you don't have to buy the
stickers. Like there's a lot of people, if you have a neighbor that has like one of those little crickets or something, you can have a neighbor ask them to do that
at a pretty low cost, or
you can
go to FedEx or
Staples and have them printed,
or just Google online. A lot of times,
like you can get
branded stickers,
like 100 of them for $20, right? So it's pretty inexpensive. You can buy like 100 and then use it for events, multiple events. Let's see, where are we? Door knocking. So if we're gonna put if you're putting on an event, everything that you do during those 12 weeks is going to touch that event. So if you're calling expired listings, if you're door knocking around a listing, you're going to invite every single person that you talk to within that 12 weeks to your party. So that way you can really expand your guest list. We like to do a registration form. So
even if we're
filling it out for them, we're going to ask them for their information. You can put a little bookmark on your phone, and when you're talking to someone, you can put it in there and get the RSVP. That way you can track who you've invited. So that what you're talking about, the follow-up, is
that you already have that list.
So you can tag
them in your database
for future, and then you know who came and who didn't come or who RSVP'd, and you can send those thank yous out later.
We're going to make sure that we have those items.
If we're doing a giveaway, or if you're doing like a food drive or something like that, you want to make sure that you connect with who you're collecting for and find out when is a good time to drop off
all of the
items, and you'll make
that an event as well.
So bring someone with you, take some pictures, meet with someone, don't just like drop it at the door. I mean, you could do it even just like a food shelf drive, and then call the food shelf and like make a connection with that person, let them know what you're doing, and then schedule a time to meet with them to actually drop it all off.
Those are good. My current one is doing that virtually too. So they're doing a bin in their office and then did virtual, so like their Amazon list for the organization, so that people can just send things in. Just a nice touch for referrals that are not local and stuff too.
Amazing.
Then we typically close our registration
on RSVPs, and that is on purpose to then have a deadline and another reason to reach out to say, hey, we've closed our registration. Now, of course, if someone says afterwards, now it really feels special, because we'll be like, well, we did already close our RSVPs, but go ahead, we'll make an exception for you. You're always going to say that, but then I feel like they've got something special.
Then the day of,
we always send a reminder the day of. So time and address of the location, to make sure that everyone is reminded of the party.
You send that via text?
Yes, via text. Yep.
And then
we dial some that has gone out a little bit just because people aren't listening to their voicemails as much.
But we would have a
recorded fly dial that would drop into their inbox and with a text as well.
Then during the event,
take as many pictures as possible. Try to do like a Facebook Live, something like that. Post a reel. If you get to talk during your event, also thank everyone for coming, if that's a thing. Like if you get a moment to do a cheers, like at a housewarming, if you were able to do like a cheers to the new homeowners, and then again do a thank you, and then thank any other sponsors or partners that you had during that time, even if they're not present.
And then
we would recommend doing handwritten thank you notes. I think you said that. It's really impactful. And then make sure to collect all the receipts. If you are doing a sponsorship where you're splitting it, then you'll want to make sure that you keep all those receipts nice and handy, collect them all, send over all of it to them so they have it as well, and then you're going to either collect or however you're going to do that, split it.
And you're going to post everywhere a
thank you for everyone that came to the party. So the same invite list that you started with is going to get the thank you for everyone who came. Okay. That's pretty much it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks so much. We also have the other one you guys have is our 8-week before Christmas. Ryan's going to go through kind of how he created it and exactly what all he's created for you guys in Command that can just be pulled over and customized.
Hey man, come up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stand up. Come on up.
Here I go.
Yes, so we have a fantastic event coming up called Christmas with Keller Williams. and it's December 16th.
Uh-huh.
So I put together, with some help, a plan that is pretty much plug and play. There's a little bit of work that you guys will have to do, but it's to give, one of the reasons that we said we do events is to give you opportunities to call out to your database and read into your database. Right. So this plan, I think I counted like in 13 and up to 20 opportunities to reach out to your database. So we'll kind of walk through it. And we'll go through it. Are you all command users? Or anyone not a command user?
This will plug right through command. You're like,
Obviously.
you will be in the future. That's
If you use command, this is right up your alley. If you don't, then you may have to create something that's a little bit similar. But in any case. Okay, so week one, the initial planning, we've already done that. We've got the event, we've got the venue, and designed some event logos and branding materials. So week two, which we're a little bit behind, but we can catch up pretty easily here, is to create an event landing page in Command. Have you guys created a landing page in Command?
if you haven't, connect with Choa.
Yes, it's pretty easy. The one
Thursdays.
The one that's in the paper here took me, I think, like 5 clicks, and then you've got a landing page where you can send people to RSVP. It's very easy. So that's your week 2. That October 30th, or I mean, if you do that now, then you're all caught up. 5 weeks before the event, so this would be like November 6th. So what's today, the 8th? So 7th?
So this week.
Okay. So this week, you can do Facebook posts and record some reels. So record a quick video, recording less than 90 seconds, along with the invitation to the invite. You can post that to your Instagram and your Facebook reels, and include a link to it to your landing page. And then I also said use some hashtags. So you can use hashtag Christmas at Keller Williams, etc.
Hashtag Christmas at Keller Williams would be great.
Yes. And I have an example of the Facebook post. Not that I can show you, but in Facebook you can actually post. You can actually schedule them out. So this is something that you could do right now and schedule out through according to the plan. Schedule out all the way through the event. You can just go out there, get it done. They have created a fantastic graphic that pretty much is what I used. The little you can see in the landing page there. That's pretty much what it is, but it has all the details and stuff on it. It's out there in the lobby too. So that I just use that, and that's on the emails, and that's on the Facebook post, and on the landing page.
Ryan, didn't you say they could just go to the library and pull it over? Like you already have it set up. So in Command, in the Smart Plan library, you can pull Ryan's over. And then if you want to customize, feel free, but you'll have what he's already done.
Yep. Yeah, that's the next step with the Smart Plan. So, you can also too, if you have like a link tree, you can put in your Instagram. You can put link in bio and have a link tree go to your landing page there as well. So then, 4 weeks before is an email campaign. And this is what Carmen was alluding to. So send out an email campaign out to your database, promoting the event. There's a Smart Plan. So if you go into Command, you go to Smart Plans, go to the library. Again, we can kind of show you and talk you through how to do this if you don't know. But go to the library, and probably the easiest is going to be if you put in my name as the author name. You'll find the Smart Plan that I created. And you should be able to just copy that over to your Smart Plan, and then add people to it. It's pretty much plug and play. It's scheduled to go out. The emails are scheduled to go out according to the plan. So, and then also calling your database and SOI and invite them to the event. So you're emailing and calling. And then 3 weeks before, pretty much same thing, Facebook post, You can create a flyer. So I haven't created a flyer, but we create a flyer. We're using that same graphic pretty easily. Add your contact information to it, and then go out door knocking and invite people to the event. And then send out a mailer to your database. Now that's something that's going to cost a little bit of money. So if you wanted to save on that and not do that step, it would be a way to save some money. And then again, 2 weeks before you're emailing, that if you're using a smart plan, it should trigger that email just automatically go out. You can add on there in your calls. Did I mention that we're having a hot cocoa station and collecting donations? So another reason to reach out to them. A week before, posting your Facebook event again. You can share a little teaser image or video showcasing the event preparations and some office decorations, those sorts of things. Other 90-second video, post it to your Instagram, Facebook Reels. And then the 5 days before, final reminder email, go out and do some more door knocking and distribute the flyers to the neighborhood. Encourage your attendees to invite friends and family, bring a guest. And then 2 days before, so your Facebook post, kind of last minute, do last minute social media posts, share real-time photos and events during the event on Facebook. Use your Instagram stories and reels, Facebook Live reels to keep the excitement going during the event. And then that's during the event itself. So make sure that you're taking pictures, taking videos, posting them out there to get that out on your social media. And then the key part is the follow-up. So after the event, follow up with your emails and social media posts. I did add, because I didn't have in here, send thank you notes to all the attendees. That's a fantastic step. And then make sure that you're calling your database, and even if they didn't attend, just say, hey, sorry, we weren't able to make it. We had a great time, and hopefully the next event you'll be able to. So this is pretty much plug and play. Like I said, the smart plan, you can go out there and grab that. We can share the Facebook posts that we've created. Those you can just schedule out on Facebook, and that'll post to Instagram as well. And then haven't created a flyer yet, but we can create the flyer if you want to do some door knocking. And then if you need some help with the landing page, let me or Choa or let us know.
All right. Thank you.
Our goal, guys, was to have something that was really easy to plug into. Any other event plans that you guys want to share, or things that have worked really well in events that you've held? Can you go past 2 slides? All right, let's do number 1 takeaway from today, and then we'll call it a training.
Can I add to your question?
Your question in terms of what other events and things that we've done. So I don't know if you would call it an event. I'm going to call it an event. But we've done like a ham giveaway and a turkey giveaway. So that's another opportunity to call, email, basically do an event. And we do a drawing, so you can do, one winner, 3 winners, and kind of similar to the coat drive, you can either go and deliver it to the winners, or have them come in the office, take pictures, social media, etc. So that's something that we've also done in the past. And another event that we've done, which was kind of a bigger event, is we had an Oktoberfest event, which I know some other folks in the office do as well. And that's basically inviting them to, we invited them to a brewery, and we had great attendance. Gave them a couple of drink tickets, gave food, and that was just a good time and just social mixer. So.
Okay, I love it. All right, who wants to start with takeaway from today?
One thing they learned, one thing that they're going to implement. You learned something? Yes.
Just like, oh, sorry.
Well, I think one thing that I really picked up from and wrote down and was just like when you said with the change of pace in business, are we providing the service to our clients? So just taking that and thinking about that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we really, as agents, we were in a point where we really just almost couldn't service the business that was coming to us, right? And now we're not there. And are we back to where we were when we weren't there? And I'll speak for myself and say that I feel like I can do more to provide service and to provide support and be at that level I want to be, right? And I think if we really look at ourselves and we look back and we go, what can I do to stand out? What can I do to be swimming in the blue ocean when everyone else is in the red? How can I be different? Any other takeaways from today, Ryan?
What I wrote down was the follow-up piece. So I think that historically we've done a good job of putting on the events, but where we have an opportunity to do better is with the follow-up afterwards. So especially sending the thank you notes to the attendees. So I wrote that down.
Who doesn't like a handwritten thank you note? Honestly, it doesn't matter what they write on it. I'm just like, oh, they thought of me. It just makes you feel special. Right? Honestly, if you're not doing handwritten thank you notes to your clients at the closing table, I'm going to push you to do that as well because it just makes you feel good every time. It makes you feel good.
And really outside of events, like anytime you meet someone new, sending a handwritten thank you note to them really like solidifies that you paid attention, you recognize them, and you valued that time.
I will never forget, just because it blew me away. I introduced myself to an agent here not long ago, and I came in the next Monday, and she left a thank you note on my desk thanking me for introducing myself. And I was just like, I don't know, it just hit right here. It just reminded me of how much that little thing just means so much. Any other big takeaways or little takeaways from today? Zoom, anything? And put it in the chat box if there is. I'll give you a second. Okay, if there's not, thank you guys so much for being a part of this training and sharing your knowledge and sharing what you're doing, and keep going forward. Thanks, guys.